guys, welcome back. This week we're going to be working on my version of a fluffy flower square that I've been using for a few projects, and at the end of the video I will be showing you more on how to make into a blanket, a shirt, a sweater, or even a hat. And there is a supplementary video to turn it into a granny square pocket already on my channel, so make sure you check that out at the end of this video. So let's get into the materials that I used. I chose 2 colors of yarn, and I went with a 5mm hook. All the details will be down in the description. So for round 1, we're going to start with a chain 4. We are going to yarn over and work into the first chain made and create a double crochet. Now the chain 3 at the beginning represents a standing double crochet as well, and we'll continue by making a total of 8 double crochet in this circle. Yarn over, insert, and pull up a loop. Now pull through 2 twice. And we are going to join with a slip stitch into the top chain 3 of, well, the original chain 3. So into that top chain. If you have a bit of a tail hanging out still, then just snip it off. And into round 2, still with color 1, we are going to make more double crochets. However, this time they're going to be double crochet clusters into each stitch. So first chain 3, then double crochet, 4 double crochets into this stitch. Now we're going to insert our hook into that top chain. Now you're going to drop your loop first though. Get into the first chain, the join chain basically. Grab your loop back. Make sure it's at least tight enough so that it doesn't slip off. Pull it through the chain. To lock it into place, make another chain. So this is a puff stitch, as you've probably seen it on my channel before. If you haven't, then I suggest you subscribe and hit the notifications button so you don't miss any of these tutorials. And we're going to get into the next stitch and do the exact same thing. You'll notice that I am doing a chain 2. That first chain that I mentioned in the first part of this stitch is literally just to lock it into place. We do need to put a chain 1 space in between each of the puff squares. So continue making these. You're going to end up with 8 puffs, 8 chains to lock into place, and 8 chain spaces. So I'm sorry for the deadening silence, but I seem to have a hard time getting the music to play properly without it cutting out the audio from my voice. So until I have a better computer system to actually fix the sound in here, we're going to go without music. But that leaves you free to choose your own background sound as you wish. Plus, you can always follow the written description either below the video or the post that's going to be on my website and my blog, that you can get more details on how to complete these stitches alongside the video. Now we'll be joining into the chain space, like really in between the puff, and join with a slip stitch. Like, I'm not going to bother trying to fight it into a loop that it's going to be a battle. So now you're going to tie this off. We're done with the first color, and we're going to go get color 2. Again, this is up to you. You can do it in monochromatic colors, but I liked to add the background, plus the project that I used it for ended up making a multicolored project. With a slip knot on your hook, we are going to start on the first half of the first corner, and it's going to be 3 double crochets in, pick a chain space, it really doesn't matter. For this part of the square, we will be using, this is considered round 3 of the classic granny square. So in between each chain, or into each chain, we're going to be working double crochet clusters or double crochet cluster corners. So this is going to be example the top middle. There's 3 double crochets, and that's going to be my first complete corner that I'm going to work with 3 double crochets. Add in a chain for good measure. We've got to work more into that. And another 3 double crochets into the same chain space. And you have your first corner made. We're just going to continue this around to make the side and then another corner. And if you're anything like me, you like to play around with your stitches, try doing your double crochet clusters into the actual flower petals, and it looks so cool. I like to just play around with my things, but I didn't show it here in this example. If I have one, I might be able to post it on my Instagram later, but it does give a different texture and a different look. So like I said, play around with your placement and your stitches and add your own twist to it. It's a lot more fun adding your own unique twist to each one of your projects. Now that we've come back to our starting place, we are going to finish the last cluster of double crochets, so 3 into this space. And instead of joining with a chain 1, we are going to join into the top by inserting our hook into that first stitch, yarning over, and making a single crochet. For some reason I couldn't get it in focus, but it's there. For round 4 is my join round. So if you're working this into a blanket, depending on the size of the squares you want to make, you can use this as a join. And I work backwards, working my tail in at the same time. So I'm working in 2 directions for my granny square outline. I'm going front side, wrong side, front side, wrong side. And as with the classic granny square, we are going to continue working in between the cluster spaces, even though there's no chains. And into the corner spaces, we're just going to repeat the 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet. Join as you previously have using a single crochet. And I love the front texture, I love the look of the back of this square. It's a pretty nice blanket square. It's easy to make, it's fun, and actually babies love to play with them. I turned it into a pocket, not for the blanket. I did turn it into a pocket, so you can catch that tutorial. Sizing for this sweater will be posted down in the description on all of my pages and in my blog. Happy crafting!